Did you know? About 10 million people visit the Great Wall of China every year. The Great Wall is one of the world's most famous landmarks. The battling section, just 40 miles from Beijing, is the star of the show. It's hosted over 300 heads of state and VIPs. But with great fame comes great crowds. We're talking packed like sardines, folks. To manage the rush, battling now limits visitors to 65,000 per day and offers online ticket sales. Tourism helps the economy, but it also brings challenges. Wear and tear, graffiti, and even brick theft are real issues. Thankfully, the Chinese government is stepping in with protection and restoration efforts. Pro tip: explore less crowded sections like Mutianyu or Jinshanling for a more serene experience. And if you visit in spring or autumn, you'll enjoy the best weather and fewer crowds. So will you be one of the 10 million this year? Did you know? People were fear of being buried alive in the 19th century that inventors patented safety coffins. Medical science was, let's say, a bit shaky. Diagnosing death wasn't always a sure thing. Sensational stories of accidental burials didn't help either. This fear sparked a quirky innovation: safety coffins. These were no ordinary boxes. They had bells, flags, even breathing tubes, all designed to save you from the ultimate premature burial. Take Franz Wester's 1868 coffin. It had a spring-loaded lid and a bell system. Or Count Michel de Carnicki's coffin for the living, complete with a rotating flag, bell, and light signal. And let's not forget Timothy Clark Smith's tomb in Vermont with a window and a bell string. Talk about being prepared. These inventions might seem bizarre today, but they highlight a genuine societal anxiety and a fascinating chapter in medical history. The fear of being buried alive led to some seriously creative thinking. Did you know? Listening to music while exercising can supercharge your performance. How? Let's break it down. Firstly, motivational tunes can boost endurance by up to 15%. They also make workouts feel less grueling, all thanks to good distraction. Upbeat tracks? They lift your mood and keep you pumped from start to finish. And those steady beats? Perfect for syncing your movements, making your energy use more efficient. So next time you work out, crank up your favorite jams. Your body and brain will thank you. Did you know? Coffee grounds are great compost and a good fertilizer for plants. They're packed with nitrogen, which is essential for plant growth and helps break down organic matter in your compost. Plus, they improve compost structure and attract beneficial microbes. Mix them with brown materials like dry leaves, and you've got a composting dream team. But that's not all. Coffee grounds also make a fantastic fertilizer. They release nutrients like nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium slowly, giving your plants a steady nutrient supply. Their coarse texture improves soil structure, enhancing drainage and water retention. And guess what? Earthworms love them too. So how do you use coffee grounds? Add them to your compost pile. Aim for no more than 20 to 35% of the total volume. Mix them into your soil, sprinkle them lightly on the surface, or make a coffee ground tea for a liquid boost. Just remember, moderation is key. Did you know? Cucumbers are berries? Now, I know what you're thinking. Berries? Aren't those supposed to be sweet and tiny? Well, botanically speaking, the term berry isn't about flavor or size. It's all about the structure. First off, cucumbers develop from a single ovary. Just like strawberries, blueberries, and other berries, cucumbers start from one flower with one ovary. Isn't that neat? Next, let's talk about the pericarp. The pericarp is the fruit wall, and in cucumbers, it's all fleshy goodness. You know, the part we love to munch on in our salads. Then, there are the seeds. Berries typically have multiple seeds inside, and cucumbers? Oh, they've got that covered. Think about all those little seeds you see when you slice one open. And finally, no hard pits here. Unlike peaches or cherries, cucumbers don't have a tough pit inside. So next time you're crunching on a cucumber, remember you're actually enjoying a berry. Did you know? The inventor of the frisbee was turned into a frisbee. Sounds like a plot twist, right? Walter Frederick Morrison, the genius behind the modern frisbee, had his ashes turned into a frisbee after he died in 2010. His wish? For family and friends to keep playing with him, even joking he might end up on someone's roof. From popcorn can lids to flying cake pans, Morrison's playful spirit lives on in every toss. Fancy a game with the legend himself? Did you know? There is a giant cloud of alcohol in space. That's right, in the constellation Aquila, about 10,000 light-years away, floats a cloud of alcohol so vast you'd need to drink 300,000 pints a day, for 1 billion years, just to finish your share. And you thought your local pub had a lot on tap. Closer to the center of our Milky Way there's another whopper, Sagittarius B2. It's a gigantic star nursery packed with all sorts of boozy molecules, from the alcohol in your whiskey, to methanol and even the stuff that gives raspberries their tangy kick. If you could take a whiff, it might remind you of raspberry rum. But these clouds aren't just for cosmic happy hour. They're packed with the building blocks of life, helping scientists unravel how stars, planets, and maybe even us got started. Did you know? Thai food didn't go global by accident. Let's dig in. So back in 2002, the Thai government cooked up a plan called the Global Thai Program. The goal? Get more Thai restaurants around the globe and sprinkle a bit of Thai culture wherever they went. They offered chef training, business advice, loans, basically a starter pack for would-be Thai restaurateurs. Even Thai Airways pitched in, flying over authentic ingredients faster than you can say Tom Yum Goong. But it's not just about quantity. They created the Thai Select label, like a culinary gold star, for restaurants serving up the real deal. This clever gastro-diplomacy turned pad Thai and green curry into global celebrities. So next time you tuck into a Thai meal abroad, remember, it's not just tasty food, it's soft power in action. Did you know? The moon is the primary reason for Earth's tides. The moon is our main dance partner in this watery waltz. Its gravity pulls on Earth's water, creating a bulge or high tide on the side facing it. On the opposite side, inertia, yes, the same force that keeps your coffee from spilling in a moving car, creates another high tide. Now the sun's no wallflower either. Despite being far away, its massive gravity also joins the party. During new and full moons, the sun and moon team up, creating higher high tides known as spring tides. When they're at right angles, we get neap tides with milder highs and lows. So, next time you're at the beach, remember, it's not just water, it's a cosmic ballet between the earth, moon and sun. Did you know? Nearly 60% of Ulaanbaatar's residents live in Jur districts with no sewage or piped water. In these bustling, unplanned settlements, families live in traditional Mongolian yurts, or gurs, often without basic utilities. No sewage systems, no piped water, and no central heating. Residents rely on public water kiosks and pit latrines, and for heat during the brutally cold winters they use individual stoves, burning raw coal, plastic, even rubber. This creates a smog so thick, Ulaanbaatar becomes one of the most polluted capitals in winter. PM2. 5 levels skyrocket, far above safe limits, trapping residents in a toxic haze. Children suffer the most, with high rates of pneumonia and respiratory illnesses. Long-term, this pollution damages hearts, lungs, and even developing brains. The Mongolian government is trying, banning raw coal and promoting cleaner alternatives, but affordability and adoption are hurdles. Did you know? Taxi drivers in London undergo a test to estimate how well they know the streets of London. Imagine memorizing 25,000 streets, plus every hotel, hospital, theater, and yes, even the best late-night kebab shop within 6 miles of Charing Cross. That's what aspiring London cabbies, affectionately called knowledge boys and girls, sign up for. The knowledge isn't just a test, it's a rite of passage. It can take up to 4 years, longer than a university degree. You'll face written exams and nerve-wracking appearances, where you must describe the shortest route between any 2 points. No peeking at Google Maps allowed. Why go through all this? Because mastering the knowledge means cab drivers can whisk you across London faster than you can say, mind the gap. No GPS, just pure expertise. Next time you hop in a black cab, remember, you're riding with the best of the best. Now that's legendary. Did you know? Fully formed avalanches can weigh as much as 1,000,000 tons and travel over 200 miles per hour. That's like 5,000 blue whales stampeding downhill. These colossal snowslides often form on steep slopes where snow packs up like a giant icy sandwich just waiting for its moment to shine, or rather slide. Now, imagine that snowy mass hurtling down at over 200 miles per hour. Faster than most sports cars. While powder avalanches can reach these insane speeds, most are a bit more tame, moving at a leisurely 20 to 100 miles per hour. Avalanches come in all flavors: slab avalanches, powder avalanches, and even wet avalanches, each with its own personality and destructive potential. So next time you're skiing, remember, that serene blanket of snow has a wild side. Did you know? Princess Anne did not have to undergo gender verification at the 1976 Olympics. Back in the day, female athletes had to undergo gender verification at the Olympics. But not Princess Anne. Competing in the 1976 Montreal Games, she rode her mother's horse, Goodwill. Now, why did she get a pass? Well, it's widely reported that royal courtesy spared her the indignity. Imagine the Queen's daughter undergoing such tests. Quite the royal faux pas, right? Plus, in equestrian events, men and women compete together, so the need for strict gender checks was less stringent. This quirky bit of history highlights the arbitrary nature of these tests. They were intended to ensure fair play but often sparked controversy for their invasiveness. So there you have it, a royal exemption in the world of sports. Did you know? The world's tallest man in recorded history reached a height of 272 centimeters. Meet Robert Wadlow, born in 1918 in Alton, Illinois. Robert started life at a normal 8.7 pounds. But by age 5, he was already 5 feet 4 inches tall. His incredible growth was due to hyperplasia of the pituitary gland, leading to an abnormally high level of human growth hormone. Known as the Gentle Giant, Robert's towering height made him a public sensation. First, he toured with the Ringling Brothers Circus, then as a goodwill ambassador for the International Shoe Company, who made him custom-sized 37 AA shoes. But life wasn't all circuses and shoes. Robert needed leg braces to walk and faced numerous health challenges, including limited sensation in his legs. Tragically, a poorly fitted brace led to an infection that claimed his life at just 22 years old. A bronze statue in Alton, Illinois stands in his honor. Did you know? Shark corneas are used in human eye surgery. Shark corneas have a lot in common with human ones. Both have layers like an onion epithelium, stroma, endothelium. Because of this, they're being used in corneal transplants to restore vision. Why sharks? Their corneas are super strong with special reinforcing fibers, and guess what? They might have a lower rejection rate because they lack blood vessels. Talk about an eye-opening fact. Plus, with a shortage of human donor corneas, sharks might just be the heroes we need. No, they won't be starring in the next eye surgery thriller, but they are making waves in medical research. So next time you see a shark, give it a nod of thanks. It's not just a predator, it's a sight saver. Did you know? In Somalia, you're more likely to pay for your groceries with your phone than with cash. Welcome to Somalia, the unlikely heart of the mobile money revolution. With decades of conflict led to the collapse of Somalia's formal banking infrastructure, mobile money, run by telecom giants like Hormuud and Telesom, rose up to fill the gap. Today, over 2/3 of all transactions happen on mobile, from market stalls to paying salaries. Even the central banks jumping in, launching slick QR code payments and tightening regulations. So, is Somalia cashless? Not completely. But it's proof that a bit of chaos, and a lot of innovation, can turn a phone into a powerful wallet. Did you know? Space is not completely silent. On Earth, sound travels through air, water, or solids. But space? It's mostly a vacuum, making traditional sound travel impossible. However, space isn't completely mute. Enter plasma waves. These charged particles create electromagnetic waves, sometimes called space weather. Scientists translate these waves into sounds, giving us eerie whistles, crackles, and hisses. And there's more. Gravitational waves, caused by massive objects like black holes merging, ripple through space-time. Instruments like LIGO detect these ripples, allowing us to hear cosmic events. Even celestial bodies have their own vibrational symphonies. Marsquakes, detected by rovers, reveal the planet's internal activity. Oh, and if you're inside a spacecraft, you'd hear the hum of machinery or micrometeoroids hitting the hull. But step outside and it's back to silence. Did you know? There's a Detroit company called Extreme Kidnapping where people pay to get kidnapped. Founded by Adam Thicke, Extreme Kidnapping in Detroit offered a unique service. For a fee, you could be kidnapped, blindfolded, handcuffed, and duct-taped. All in the name of a thrill. Back in 2013, a GQ writer tried it out. They were even shocked with a stun gun. Experiences ranged from a few hours to an overnight ordeal, for the truly daring. Safety measures? Sure, they had a safe word. Only one accidental police intervention too. Law enforcement wasn't thrilled though. Imagine seeing a kidnapping and not knowing it's staged. Yikes. Inspired by the movie The Game, Adam Thicke kicked off this wild venture in the early 2000s. But today, extreme kidnapping seems to be MIA. No recent news, no website. Did the thrill die down? So would you sign up for such an adventure? Did you know? The Afghan War is the longest war in US history. It started on October 7, 2001, and ended on August 30, 2021. That's nearly 20 years. Imagine being in school that long. The aim? To dismantle Al-Qaeda after the 9/11 attacks and take down the Taliban, who were hiding them. The war had key phases. The initial invasion in 2001 quickly toppled the Taliban. Then came the long haul of nation building and fighting a resurgent Taliban. In 2010 to 2011, troop levels peaked under President Obama. But the war didn't just involve the US. Coalition forces, Afghan security forces, and even the Northern Alliance played roles. In the end, the Taliban were ousted but eventually regained control after the US withdrawal in 2021. The cost, thousands of lives lost and millions of Afghans displaced. America's longest war left a mark on history. Did you know? The oldest plant ever cultivated by humans is the fig tree. In 2006, archaeologists made a mind-blowing discovery in the Jordan Valley. 9 subfossil figs dating back a whopping 11,400 years. That's way before wheat, barley, or legumes even thought about joining the farming game. But here's the kicker. These figs were parthenocarpic, fancy talk for sterile. No seeds, no problem. Humans loved these seedless wonders so much they propagated them through cuttings. Why figs, you ask? Well, fig trees are super easy to grow from cuttings and they produce multiple crops a year. Talk about a reliable and nutritious food source. So, next time you snack on a fig, remember, you're munching on a piece of agricultural history. These humble fruits helped us transition from hunter-gatherers to settled farmers. Who knew figs were the ultimate trendsetters? Did you know? The New England Patriots have earned the distinction of holding the record for the most Super Bowl appearances. The New England Patriots have made a staggering 11 Super Bowl appearances. That's more than any other team in NFL history. Out of those 11, they've clinched victory 6 times, and well, let's say they've had a few learning experiences too, with 5 losses. Tied with the Pittsburgh Steelers for the most wins ever. The Patriots' dominant era, all thanks to the dynamic duo of Tom Brady and Bill Belichick. They led the team to 9 out of those 11 Super Bowls from 2002 to 2019. Talk about a dynasty. Their 11th appearance in the 2018 season broke their own record. So next time someone asks who the kings of Super Bowl appearances are, you know the answer. Did you know? The impulse to ejaculate comes from the spinal cord. Let's talk about the spinal cord's undercover agent, the spinal ejaculation generator, SAG for short. Nestled in the lumbosacral region, roughly between L3 and S2, this cluster of neurons is like a finely tuned relay station. When sensory information from the genitals comes rushing in, the SEG waits until things reach a critical mass. Then it triggers a perfectly choreographed sequence in 2 acts: emission, moving sperm and fluids into the urethra, and expulsion, rhythmic muscle contractions launching semen out. All this happens thanks to a team effort between the sympathetic, parasympathetic, and somatic nervous systems. Now the brain, it's just the meddler. It can speed things up, slow them down, or add a dash of pleasure to the mix. But astonishingly, even with a spinal cord injury above this region, the SEG can still work its magic. Did you know? The smell of rain has a name. It's called petrichor. Petrichor is that delightful, earthy aroma we smell after a dry spell. But where does it come from? Back in 1964, 2 Australian scientists, Isabel Joybear and R.G. Thomas, discovered the secret. It turns out, during dry periods, plants release oily compounds that settle on surfaces. Then there are these awesome bacteria in the soil called actinobacteria, which produce a compound called geosmin. Just a tiny bit of geosmin and bam, our noses pick up that earthy scent. And here's where it gets fun. When raindrops hit the ground, they trap air bubbles that burst and release these fragrant oils and geosmin into the air. It's like nature's own perfume spray. Why do we love it? Probably because historically rain meant relief from drought and new growth. So next time it rains, take a deep breath and enjoy nature's little gift. Did you know? The highest mileage on record is a 1966 Volvo with over 3 million miles. Irv Gordon's cherry red Volvo P1800S became more than just a vehicle. It was a lifetime companion. For 52 years, Irv clocked an astonishing 3.26 million miles, all thanks to his passion for driving and meticulous maintenance. With a daily commute of 125 miles and endless road trips, Irv religiously changed the oil every 3,000 miles and stuck to the owner's manual like gospel. In 1998, he set the Guinness World Record with 1.69 million miles and kept going. By 2013, he hit the 3 million mile mark in Alaska. Talk about dedication. Incredibly, the Volvo still had its original engine, rebuilt twice, and transmission. Today, Irv's legendary Volvo P1800S is showcased at the World of Volvo exhibition in Sweden. Did you know? 90% of male giraffes mate with other males. Picture a group of male giraffes out on the savannah. You might think they're just chilling, but here's the twist. About 90% of their romantic encounters are actually with other males. Researchers have watched thousands of hours and found that male giraffes spend a lot of time necking, rubbing and entwining their necks in what can only be described as a very long, very gentle giraffe cuddle. And yes, it often leads to much more. Let's just say, things get a bit steamy. Why? Well, it's not just about love. These encounters help male giraffes bond, sort out who's boss, and keep the peace in their bachelor herds. Turns out, female giraffes are trickier to read, and the lads have more chances to connect with each other. So next time you spot giraffes, remember, the tallest creatures on Earth might just have the most open-minded social life too. Did you know? The only Japanese person aboard the Titanic survived the crash was called a coward in Japan. Masabumi Hosono, a Japanese civil servant, boarded the Titanic in 1912, simply hoping to get home. When disaster struck, he was denied a lifeboat at first, possibly mistaken for being third class. But as panic set in, he seized a fleeting chance and clambered into lifeboat 10. He made it out alive. Back in Japan, however, survival wasn't celebrated. Newspapers called him a disgrace. He lost his job and schoolbooks used him as a warning. Why? Because at the time, honor meant dying at your post, not saving yourself. For years, Hosono stayed silent, carrying the shame. But decades later, thanks to his grandson and renewed interest after the Titanic film, people finally saw him for what he was, human. Sometimes survival is the bravest thing you can do. Did you know? Crying can make you feel better and reduce stress. Picture this, you're overwhelmed, the tears start flowing, and suddenly, relief. But why does crying actually help? Well, emotional tears are packed with stress hormones, and shedding them can literally wash stress away. Plus, a hearty sob releases endorphins and oxytocin, nature's way of giving you a mood boost and a warm hug from the inside. There's more. Crying helps cool your brain and activates your parasympathetic nervous system. Translation: your body flips from fight or flight to rest and digest. Crying also signals to others that you need support, so don't be shy, let those tears flow. Just remember, not all tears are the same, and if you're crying all the time, it might be time to chat to someone. Did you know? The word muscle comes from Latin term meaning little mouse. Sounds nutty, right? Ancient Romans saw that flexed biceps looked like little mice scurrying under the skin. The Latin word musculus means little mouse. That's where muscle comes from. Even the Greeks did it. The word mus meant both mouse and muscle. This quirky connection wiggles into languages worldwide, from German to Croatian. So next time you flex, remember you're just showing off your little mouse. Like and subscribe for more fun facts.